Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2017 movie Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So this movie is once again directed by James Gunn, and in this movie Peter Quill and the Guardians are hired by a powerful alien race, the Sorvian, to protect their precious batteries from invaders. When it is discovered that Rocket stole the items they were sent to guard, they dispatch their armada to search for vengeance, and it ends up leading to Peter meeting his father, and they go to his planet, and he finds out more about his parents, and finds out that his father is wanting to use him to help him have parts of his body like connects to these different planets and stuff, and he's gone from planet to planet planting his seed, but he has to have his son have another celestial help him to take over the universe. And so Peter and the other Guardians have to find a way to stop his father and save the universe once again. This movie is pretty good. I've always enjoyed this one quite a bit. I don't think it's quite as good as the first one, but I do think it's still pretty good. You got everybody coming back from the first movie: Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, Karen Gillan, Michael Rooker, Bradley Cooper. Everybody is back and everything, and they're all once again great in their roles and stuff. Although I will say that Drax does get on my nerves in this movie. He's funny at times, and the laugh that he does when he does laugh is really kind of funny and kind of contagious and everything. Kind of can't help but laugh when he laughs and stuff, especially in that one scene when they're on Ego Ship and Mantis is talking about what Star-Lord is feeling, and he starts laughing, and he's like, "You must be so embarrassed." That scene cracks me up every time I watch it. It has ever since I saw it in the trailer for the movie. It just, something about that just always cracks me up. I don't know why. I find it so funny, but it's hilarious in this movie. But aside from that scene, he kind of gets on my nerves. Like, they try to overplay the jokes with him and stuff, and he wasn't real jokey and stuff in the first movie. This one, he's a lot more jokey, and it goes to borderline annoying at times. He doesn't fully get on my nerves like he does some people, but there are times where he does get on my nerves, and I can get why people would find him annoying in this movie, because I find him a little bit annoying in here. But aside from that, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it had a really good story. I love the whole relationships with the family members that are in this movie. Peter and his dad, and Gamora and Nebula. Their relationships are really well written, and I love the relationship between Peter and Yondu that we didn't get to see enough of. I'm not gonna lie, I was really disappointed that we didn't get to see them have a better relationship as adults and stuff, because Yondu ends up dying and saving him and everything in one of the most emotional moments in the entire movie, which that's one thing I will say James Gunn is really good at, is writing heart and humor into movies and stuff. I think he did a really good job with it for the most part. Like I said, I don't like some of the jokes that Drax does, although some of them are pretty funny. Like the nipples jokes was kind of funny at the beginning of it and everything. They tried to bring it back at the end of it, and it just kind of felt cringy. When he's like, "Oh, my nipples, oh." That part was kind of cringy, but the jokes, like I said, are still pretty funny in here. My favorite one is one that was in the trailer, one of the first trailers, where we see Baby Groot and Rocket, and he's trying to tell him what to do with this bomb and everything, and Baby Groot doesn't fully understand what he's saying. It's just a really fun scene. It's really adorable, and Baby Groot is adorable, and they don't overdo it with him, which is something I was afraid they were going to do, just try to overdo the cuteness and everything, but they don't go out of their way to overdo it with the cuteness. They kind of do most of that during the opening credits, having him dance and stuff, but they don't really overdo it. He's adorable throughout the whole thing, and whenever he's on screen, he's just really adorable, but they don't like try to overdo showing off how cute he is and stuff like that. They don't let it take away from the story, and I like that too. And this does have some good emotional moments too. Like I said, Yondu's death is very emotional, especially right as he's dying, when they're flying. He's like, he might have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy, and then he's like, I wish I could have done better and stuff like that. But it's a good redemption moment for Yondu, and I'm a sucker for redemption arcs in movies and stuff, and when a character gets to redeem themselves, I love that when it happens in a movie or TV show or book or whatever. That's just something I've always loved, and his redemption was done really well. And I like the new characters in this movie. You got Mantis, played by Palm Clementif, and she does a really great job. I think she's a really lovable character, and the actress just plays her very well. And you got Stakar, who is like the leader of the Ravengers, and one of Yondu's old friends and stuff. He's really good in here, and Stallone does a really great job playing this character and everything. He's only in here for a few minutes, but I think he gave a really good performance. And Elizabeth Debicki as Aisha is pretty good. She does a pretty good job. She doesn't really have a lot to do either. I think they were mostly setting her up for the sequel. I think she's going to be a bigger part in the next one, but I thought she was good in this one. And Sean Gunn as Kraglin is one of my favorite new characters. There's just something about him that I really like, and I really hope we get to see a lot more of him in Volume 3 and everything, because he's likable and stuff, and I could see him becoming a bigger part in the next one. I hope he is and everything, but the rest of the new characters are all pretty good too, and I enjoyed this cast and everything. And the jokes in here, like I said, aside from Drax's jokes about Mantis being ugly and stuff that I don't really find funny, there are still some really funny moments in this movie. Like I mentioned, that the scene on Ego's ship, and the Taserface thing with Rocket making fun of Taserface's name and stuff, that always cracks me up. And the scene when little adorable baby Groot is trying to find the fin for Yondu, it's just so adorable. And the Mary Poppins joke is hilarious. Every time I watch this movie, that part cracks me up. I love this movie, and it's a blast from start to finish, and it has some really good emotional moments too, especially in that scene when Yondu dies. It's just really heartbreaking, but it's very well written, and he gets a really cool funeral and stuff and everything. I thought that was really cool, and I thought Stallone's performance in this movie was just really good. I mean, he doesn't do a lot in here, but he's effective in the little bit he is in it, and I really hope eventually we'll get a Ravagers TV show on Disney Plus with these characters. I would love to see Stallone and them doing a TV, or if not a Disney Plus series, at least do a movie or a special or something with them, because I would love to see more of the Ravagers and everything. I'm hoping they'll come into play a lot in Part 3. We'll see, but I have a lot of hopes for Volume 3, because I think Volumes 1 and 2 are both really good. This one isn't quite as good as the first one, but it's still really entertaining, and it's a pretty good sequel. So I'd say I'd give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 a 7.5 out of 10. It's really enjoyable. It is a step down from the first one. Unfortunately, I have to say it's definitely not as good as the first, but it's still really entertaining, and it's kind of underrated. It's one of the more underrated MCU movies that people just don't talk about this one as much and everything. And I think part of it comes to the dark humor and the dark side of the story, because there are a lot of dark elements into this story, with Star-Lord's dad killing all of his kids and all that. I can get why this turns people off, but I think it's still a really enjoyable movie, and one of the best, or one of the it's not one of the best MCU movies, but it's not one of the worst either. It's just kind of one of the ones that's in the middle. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and I hope you enjoy this video, and have a good day, everybody.